Hey toy fans, I'm D21Beast and welcome back to my figure review series here on my YouTube channel. And today we're taking a look at a favorite Marvel Legend of mine that came out in 2012. This is Archangel. Now Archangel was part of the Hitmonkey series of Marvel Legends, but he didn't actually come with a Build-A-Figure part. And that's okay, because this figure alone is an amazing figure with great detail, great accessory there on his back as you can see, and all around he's probably one of the best Marvel Legends that's been released by Hasbro since they took over the license. I really like this figure. Now if you're not familiar with Archangel, as he began comics he was named Angel, and he was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and first appeared in X-Men #1. And through the years, he got sort of an upgrade at the hands of Apocalypse, and in X Factor number 24, written by Louise Simonson and penciled by Walt Simonson, he actually was turned into Archangel, a much more grim and gritty character than he had previously been when he was just sort of a millionaire playboy, love life type of guy. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at the detail on this character. Okay guys, to start with here, I'm going to go ahead and have Angel's wings removed just so we can take a look at the sculpting and detail pretty clearly without any sort of obstructions. To start with, I want to look at the head sculpt. I'm a big fan of the way the cowl turned out on this Archangel figure. I think it looks really great, especially with that hot pink paint that they've kind of done, the metallic pink paint that they've done there. I like how he has the blonde eyebrows and that they've given him the whited out eyes, and I really enjoy that grimace or scowl that he has on his face. I think that's very characteristic of Angel at this point in his life. As you come down the figure here, you're going to recognize this as the Bucky Cap mold, pretty much unchanged. And if you're not familiar with the Bucky Cap figure, you can go ahead and take a look at the review in the description of this video. But outside of using that familiar body mold, they've done a great job with this hot pink paint that they've put on the figure. All the line work and the design is exactly like it looked in the comics, and I'm a big fan of that. Going all the way down to the feet here where we get some more of that metallic paint on the toes. So it looks exactly like you remember Angel looking. I also want to take a look at the sculpting of these wings. I really appreciate how they've done this sort of framework on the outside of the wings, and it goes all the way through the top. That just kind of brings it together. It looks sort of like a bird's wing actually would look, and I appreciate the long metal feathers that they have running down these wings. I think that looks really great as well. I also like that they've done these little tiny wings on top. Now, if you remember the Q*bert's artwork that was done in the 90s, they drew Angel with wings very much like these, and I think that design has since been replicated many times by artists after them, so a great touch there as well. And these wings just have a peg on the back that plugs right into the hole on Angel's back. You can just go ahead and line them up, and it just goes in there just like that, and he is ready to go dive bomb or stand menacingly, whatever you want to do once you have these wings on your Angel figure. Okay guys, I want to take a quick moment to do a side-by-side comparison here. This was actually the first Archangel figure that was available in the Marvel Legends 6-inch scale, and this was released by Toy Biz in 2003. This Archangel is part of the X-Men Classics line, and for a while it was the only Archangel we could get, and I was really happy to have it. But as you can see, there's some vast improvements that this Angel has over the Angel on the right. You'll notice that the Hasbro Archangel actually has Angel-like wings versus the sort of sparrow or bird-like wings that this Angel has. And while it's really great to have a very wide wingspan like this Angel has, and even sort of the steel tail feathers as you can see here on the back, this Angel was just really kind of cumbersome. His wings were really huge and really heavy. It's honestly a miracle that he's standing like he is right now. I normally can't get him to stand on his own. Also, his face isn't nearly as menacing or as intense as the Angel on the left. But for being the first Angel, I was glad to pick him up when I did, and Toy Biz even took a second crack at Archangel when they released a new X-Men Classics line around the time that X-Men The Last Stand came out in 2006. And if you look at the photo here, what you're going to notice is that that second Archangel actually had a darker plastic color that he was molded out of, and his face sculpt, or his face paintwork, was actually a little bit different. But ultimately, I think if you're going to get an Archangel, the one from Hasbro from 2012 is the one you definitely want to track down. It is superior to the other two versions by far. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation of this Angel figure. To start with, we're going to look at the wings. The wings actually do fold in this far, so you can actually have him shielded by his wings. And they will have hinges here that allow them to fold completely back, which is great. They actually are on a sort of hinge, so they can move up and down like this on his back, which is excellent. Great for poses. And as we flip them around, you'll see that these smaller wings also have their own hinges, so they can bend towards each other or away. Let me go ahead and remove this wing set and we'll show you the figure articulation. Archangel has a head that does rotate a full 360 degrees. He can look up that far and down that far. Great for a flying figure. He's got a 360 degree rotation at the shoulder that does have a nice ratchet in it. He can bend his arm up about that far He's got a bicep rotation that turns 360 degrees, as well as a double jointed elbow, and he does have wrist rotation, no finger articulation. On the other side, his arm is matched in articulation, except this hand is just a little bit different. Has sort of a gun pistol hand here, not a open hand or a fist like this side has. And I forgot to mention there is some upward and downward wrist movement on both sides. He also has an ab crunch that allow him to move forward that far and move back that far. He's got a 360 degree rotation at the waist. He's got a hip joint that allows the leg to move forward that far and back that far. It also moves out from the body just about that far. He's got a 360 degree upper thigh swivel. He's got a double jointed knee that collapses nicely. He's also got a boot rotation that turns 360 degrees. And he's got a foot here that moves up that far and moves down that far. Plus he's got that great Hasbro ankle pivot that all the Legends are coming with now. So an absolutely great range of motion on this Archangel figure, to be sure. Measuring Angel, we can see that he does come up to just about 6.5 inches, maybe a little less than 6.5 inches tall. His wings actually come up to a full 7 inches tall. For some size comparison, here we have Archangel standing next to his Uncanny X-Force teammate, Deadpool, and standing next to another Uncanny X-Force team member, Phantom X, standing next to his on-again, off-again Flame, Psylocke. Sorry guys, I don't have the SDC exclusive version. And finally, here he is standing next to Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine. Alright, toy fans, well that's my review of the Marvel Legends Hitmonkey series Archangel figure released by Hasbro in 2012. And overall, I think this is an absolutely amazing Marvel Legends figure. This is definitely in my top 10 figures released by Hasbro, or really my top 10 Marvel Legends figures of all time. I really like this Archangel figure. I cannot recommend this guy enough. I think you guys need to go out and pick him up. He is going for roughly $35 on the secondary market, but honestly, I think it's worth it for such a fantastic figure. He's got excellent quality, excellent articulation, excellent detail. He really is a treasure in the Marvel Legends line. And like I said before, Toy Biz did release 2 Archangel figures previous to this one, and if those are the only ones you can find, you can go ahead and pick them up. They'll get the job done, but this really is the Archangel figure to own. This is the absolute best of the ones that have come out so far. Well, thank you so much for watching my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to rate, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at D21Beast. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.